If you're someone who feels like your lifestyle and habits are far from the life you want to live, or if you want to change your life for the better but don't know where to start, then today I'm going to show you the 6 most important habits that all successful people share, like Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett, and I promise you, after you learn about the 6 habits we're going to talk about and incorporate them into your daily routine and stick to them, you'll become a completely different person in your appearance, style, approach, and everything else. And this will greatly reflect on your success at work, in studies, and in relationships. So let me not keep you any longer than this. Subscribe to the channel to see more, and let's get started. The first habit, my friend, is to sleep early and wake up early. Let me ask you a simple question. Why do you always feel tired and unfocused at work or school? Why do you always find yourself wanting to sleep just when you want to do something useful, even though there are other days when you've pulled an all-nighter and felt very alert and fine? Isn't that a bit strange? I'll tell you why. Research has shown that there is something called sleep debt, which simply means that you haven't given your body the sleep it needs over long periods. For example, if you've been sleeping about 4 hours a day for 5 days and then one day slept for 8 hours, you still won't find yourself able to focus because you still owe your body sleep that you haven't repaid. Unfortunately, sleep debt accumulates in your brain and body, so you won't be able to function physically or mentally in a normal way, and you won't be able to produce what you're supposed to produce. This brings us to another question. Why are some people able to produce so much while sleeping only about 5 to 6 hours a day, and they're even focused all day as if they've slept the 8 hours that an adult is supposed to sleep?
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. It ain't but 24 hours in a day. You cannot be sleep 8 hours a day. You can't live in LA and wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Your focus and daily performance depend greatly on the quality of your sleep, not the number of hours you sleep. So if you sleep properly and reach a state of deep sleep at the right time, the number of hours won't matter much, as long as the difference between your sleep and the normal amount is small. And this answers the question of why some people, or maybe all successful people, sleep less but produce more. It's because these people understand and focus on the quality of sleep, not the quantity. You can sleep only 6 hours a day, but at night, and your productivity will be very high, while someone else might sleep 12 hours during the day and their productivity will be very low. And to take care of the quality of your sleep, you need to do 2 things. The first is to sleep and wake up at fixed times, and the second is to ensure that the largest part of your sleep happens during the most important 4 hours in your entire day for sleep, which are from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sleeping at night is of much higher quality than sleeping during the day, which is why when you sleep during the day, you feel like you haven't slept at all. Of course, you should build your sleep routine based on your circumstances and lifestyle, but try to grab 2 hours from 10 to 2 for the sake of your sleep quality, and try not to wake up after 6 in the morning. Set your sleep times, and if you have sleep debts on your day off, repay them. Let yourself sleep 8 or 9 continuous hours. And don't forget that sleeping early and waking up early will give you a longer day, so you can produce more. The second thing is that it will improve your ability to focus and your physical health. The third thing is that those 2 early morning hours are the most important hours in which you can enter a state of deep work. The fourth thing is that your performance at work and in studying will improve significantly. I think all these benefits are enough to really improve your sleep and become a morning person. Habit number 2 is exercise. You might have heard about this habit many times and many people may have told you about it, but believe me, it has many benefits, especially since our environment today doesn't require much physical effort. If you want to work, you just sit at a desk and start working. If you want to eat something, you look in the fridge or order from a restaurant. As a result, physical activity has completely disappeared from our routine. You'll see in these people the amount of fat accumulated in their bodies and the number of medications they take due to various diseases caused by a lack of physical activity, such as heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, and joint problems. If you think about construction workers who are constantly carrying heavy things and going up and down with them, you'll find that these people are actually healthier than you and me. As they age, their health is better than yours and mine, and the reason for this is that the movement they do strengthens their bones and muscles significantly. I'm not going to talk to you about the benefits of exercise because I assume you already know them, but you need to think about the problems you'll face if you don't exercise. You need to think about back pain and neck pain, and you need to know that your appearance plays a fundamental role in your relationships, which in turn plays a big role in your financial and professional success. All these things you can improve and control through exercise. Any type of exercise: soccer, gym, kung fu, swimming, karate, tennis, basketball, anything. Pick one of these and practice it 3 times a week or more. Prioritize your life and make exercise an essential part of your day, just like eating and drinking. You can't go a day without eating or drinking. So if this habit isn't part of your routine, you need to develop it and add it. And if you're already exercising, I have one piece of advice for you. Don't stop even if you don't have time. If there's a comparison between anything and exercise, choose exercise because, my friend, to work and live your life normally, you need to be physically and mentally capable. Don't forget that your appearance is the first impression that will help you build relationships, and your mind is what will maintain them. So, balance the two. Exercise also drives you to be disciplined and committed, giving you a strong incentive to plan bigger for your future. Believe me, I went through a phase where I used to go to the gym every day at 9 a.m., but I stopped because I couldn't find the right time for it. Then I discovered after a while that I was leaning more towards laziness than before, and I no longer had the motivation to read, work, or do anything. Even my self-confidence began to fade away automatically. But I realized my mistake, and literally everything came back after I returned to exercising. In general, this habit requires a full video, which will be coming soon. But for now, the most important thing you need to know is never stop exercising no matter what. And this is not just my advice, it's the advice of many successful people. Habit number 3 is taking cold showers. I know you might think there's no way you do this, and you probably see it as an insignificant habit, but let me first tell you what problems this habit can solve. First of all, you need to give your body some recovery time every now and then, especially if you're working out or doing anything physically demanding, to avoid accumulated fatigue. You need to recover your muscles, and if you're not doing that, the natural way to do so is with cold water. Secondly, when you wake up, you need something to wake you up and activate your brain cells so you can focus on your work or studies. Cold water can do that. You might say, "I'll just have some coffee." That's great, but imagine having a cup of coffee right after a cold shower. Can you imagine the level of focus and productivity you'd have? Thirdly, as I mentioned earlier, exercise isn't optional for you. For those who work out, cold showers aren't optional either because cold water boosts your metabolism, which means you'll benefit more from the food you eat and improve your blood circulation. Cold showers reduce your risk of depression and significantly boost your immune system, so you won't feel like going to the doctor every few days to say, "I've got a cold." Cold water has many benefits, but I know what's probably holding you back from this habit is that you don't like the feeling of cold water. That's why, my friend, I'm going to tell you how to take a cold shower without feeling like you've just taken a cold shower. You're going to turn on the shower at a warm temperature and get under it with your whole body. Gradually start lowering the water temperature until you completely turn off the hot water, leaving only the regular cold water running. Since you lowered the temperature gradually, your body won't feel the shock you'd experience if you just jumped under cold water right away. Because by nature, the human body is warm. And believe me, it will give you a tremendous amount of energy that no amount of coffee could provide, leading to a morning full of energy and, consequently, a full day full of energy. Habit number 4, reading. The real change in your life will start with the habit of reading. Reading books and novels, my friend, is not only enjoyable, but also contains all the answers to any question that comes to your mind. For example, if you want to change your habits and need a practical way to do so, read the book Atomic Habits. If that book doesn't appeal to you, try The Power of Habit. Want to learn about money and how to manage it? Read Rich Dad, Poor Dad or The 4-Hour Workweek. Anything in your life that you want to learn or accomplish, you can find through books. Books contain answers to everything you can think of. Reading books gives you the ability to win any argument you get into, and it increases your knowledge in all fields, which will give you a lot of confidence when discussing with anyone. In my opinion, books are truly the first thing that can change your lifestyle. Let me clarify what books actually are. It's a collection of thoughts and experiences written by someone based on their personal experiences and scientific research. That's great, meaning someone spent years gathering this information to write it down, and it's presented to you on a silver platter for you to learn. This means that the years of experience someone took to write this book are transferred to you in just a few days. Consequently, your life is extended with each book you read, as the years of experience in the book are added to your life, effectively lengthening it. The more books you read, the more years you add to your life. Of course, you can read any type of book you like. I advise you to buy a book because, trust me, if you think it's easy to get the book online and read it, you won't give it much attention. But when you pay for something, you'll find yourself more invested and really wanting to read that book. Plus, there's a great joy in reading from a physical book. Habit number 5, planning. Planning, my friend, is the habit of the wealthy. The purpose of planning is to know where you've been, where you are now, and where you want to go. That's the essence of planning. We all want to succeed in life, and we all want to reach the highest levels of achievement in every field, but how will you do that without knowing the path? Planning, drawing charts, making schedules. These are all ways to map out the road ahead, to know where you stand, and to figure out how and at what pace you'll move forward. If you want to improve your financial situation and grow your wealth, you need to create a cash flow plan. That's financial planning. If you want to learn a skill that can earn you money in dollars, you need to study that skill every day for an hour so you can master it and start making money from it. That's practical planning. Planning is like simulating what you want to achieve, and any planning should start with setting goals, and then plan how to achieve them. This habit is one of the key habits of wealthy and successful people. For example, if Warren Buffett, the best investor in the world and in history, were interviewed unexpectedly and asked what stocks he would buy in the coming period, he wouldn't say, "Well, I'm not sure yet, we'll see in the future." If you asked Elon Musk about the products Tesla will develop next, you'd never find one of them responding with "I don't know" or even being uncertain. People like this plan a year ahead. They know how the flow of their lives should go for the next year, and all they do is try to execute the plan. Of course, this planning can encounter many problems and obstacles, and that's perfectly normal. But the most important thing is that you know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and why you're doing it. Periodically, you should revisit your plan, review it, and adjust it according to the circumstances and what you want to achieve. It's like a coach standing on the sidelines who has planned the match before it begins, and then boom, in the first 10 minutes, a goal is scored against them. The coach will pull out the plan and make adjustments based on the match's circumstances. You need to be the coach, reviewing your plan from time to time, describing the period you're living in, the events that have happened, and how they've impacted your plan. Then start adjusting the plan, prioritizing and deciding what can be delayed and what needs to be addressed first. And remember, no successful person today succeeded on their first try. They often failed but never gave up. Instead, they started each time by renewing and changing their plan according to their circumstances and results until they reached what they had planned for. Habit number 6, time management. In the whirlwind of responsibilities you find yourself in, you want to do all the things we've talked about. To be able to do them, you must learn the skill of time management. Time management, my friend, is simply knowing what you're going to do, when, where, and for how long. Once you've identified and prioritized your tasks, you can then allocate your day to fit them all in. That's the essence of time management. If you master this habit and truly apply it, you'll find yourself capable of juggling multiple tasks at once. You'll be able to study, take multiple courses, and manage various responsibilities simultaneously, making execution much easier for you. For each of these habits, I'll be creating a dedicated video in the future, so don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video. See you in the next video, and goodbye.